everyone, I'm your astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here's your daily forecast for the day of Tuesday, January 9th, 2018. Now what is going on today is that we've got the moon hanging out here at the very last degrees of Libra, all right, bringing our attention to balance, finding balance in our lives towards working with other people and our relationships in some way to accomplish some things that are important to us, as well as making judgments about your life, what's right and what's wrong, where your life is going, and what it is you should be doing in some way, okay? So that's a big thing that was going on today and for the past 2 days or so while the moon has been in Libra. Okay, I think that could have been a little bit difficult coming in yesterday afternoon and into today, because as the moon was hanging out in Libra, I'm going to start with yesterday, around 3 o'clock Utah time, it came into a square over here with a bunch of these planets hanging out in Capricorn. All right, we've got the Sun, Venus, and Pluto there. So I think we're trying to find the balance in our lives. We're trying to make sense of our life in some way and to work with other people to accomplish some things that are important to us. But I think it could be very difficult because we've got some very intense feelings about where our life is going right now. We've got some big changes in our life direction that it is that we're making, changes in relationships, money, finances with the Venus, Sun, Pluto thing going on here. That could be very hard for us to keep the balance in our life, but still needing to be diplomatic with other people and still needing to stay diligent and try to find the balance as much as we can. All right, so that's what was going on yesterday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, just to kind of back in because I know I didn't give you a horoscope yesterday. Then what goes on at midnight yesterday into today is that the moon comes into an opposition here with Uranus. So not only is it hard for us to find the balance because we know we've got some major changes in life that it is that we're making going on. We've got some really intense, strong feelings about where we want our life to go and about the things that are important to us. But finding the balance could also have been a little bit hard last night to around midnight into this morning, because this opposition to Uranus was bringing up some very unexpected things perhaps that were coming. Either something you were doing or something your relationships are doing that you then had to integrate into your life, into where you see your life going, and into kind of some of these really big changes that it is that you're trying to make in some way, okay? So I think that is what a lot of what was going on yesterday and into this morning. All right, now after the moon makes this opposition over here to Uranus, it's then going to come into a sextile with Mercury. So I don't see this unexpected thing being all that bad. I actually see it opening up, being opportunities here for you to communicate about something new that you're doing, for you to make sense of your life in some way here, and for you to hopefully open up some new doors to figure out what you need to be happy, to find the passion once again in your life, and to do something else, okay? With the moon coming into a sextile with Mercury in Sagittarius, you could also be thinking a lot about something new that it is that you're doing, some new strategies that it is that you need to put into place now that this unexpected thing has come up too. So just a lot of that going on, and I think this unexpected thing that comes up, or maybe you wanting to break free from some things that have been holding you back, can really open up some doors and opportunities for you to try things in different ways, make sense of your life better, and just communicate about some journey that it is that you're going on and some things you've been working on for some time, with the Sagittarius coming in there, okay? So that's what's happening. After all of that goes on at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Utah time, which is in the mountain time zone for some of you who ask me, the moon is going to move into Scorpio. The moon in Scorpio, it brings a very intense vibe, very deep, again, very transformative, lots of changes going on. The moon also does not like being in Scorpio. The moon doesn't like being in Scorpio because Scorpio is such a deep place there, you know, so many feelings you have to pay attention to that you can't, you know, you can't ignore when it comes to Scorpio here. So so I think we start to think more about some changes that we're making, some deep feelings that are going on inside us at that time, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Utah time, that could be a little bit uncomfortable for you. In some way, maybe having to deal with some things you don't want to deal with, uncover some deep emotions and make some more changes in your life. as to where this could be kind of challenging. I do actually think the moon being in Scorpio actually might be a little bit helpful with everything else going on. Because while we have this moon coming into Scorpio, we also do have the sun, Venus, and Pluto, which I've been talking about for a little bit, conjunct here in Capricorn, and we do have Jupiter and Mars here also conjunct in Scorpio. Very rare alignments, also very rare for both of these alignments to be happening at the same time. And I think the moon in Scorpio here can help you to really buckle down on some big changes that it is that you've been making in your life or need to make in some way, to really begin to superpower those and to give you the courage to really face them, if that makes sense. Just to kind of think about the moon in Scorpio for a little bit. I think there's some intense changes we need to make in our life and about where our life is going. I think the moon in Scorpio, even if it is uncomfortable as we make some of these changes in life, is going to help us to do them and to face them and to go deeper into some of these changes that we need to make to transform our life. All right. Another reason why I think the moon in Scorpio this time around, even though the moon doesn't like being in Scorpio, may be helpful, is because right after the moon moves into Scorpio here, it's also going to make a sextile with Saturn here in your 10th house. So any deep feelings that come up toward the end of the day, the afternoon and end of day today, about some changes that you need to make in life, or about some things that are going on inside you that are coming up to the surface, I think are ultimately going to help you put your life in a better place, understand where it is that you want your life to go, create a life direction that you think is better for you in some way, but maybe needing to sit with some of these hard feelings that come up today and allow yourself to explore deep down emotionally what's going on within you, and to not be afraid to face some of your demons if that comes in. Okay, so that's what I see going on today. And the moon sextile with Saturn will happen at 5 o'clock at night. So I think there could be around that time just an opportunity for you to really begin to feel much better, moving towards your future, moving towards your destiny, creating the life that it is that you want, only if you are not afraid to make some of these changes and to deal with some deep stuff that may be a little bit uncomfortable. All right. So that's what I have there. Yesterday was really all a day about keeping the balance, trying to be even keel in life, and trying to work with people and be dedicated and diligent about where your life is going, and to not get carried away with emotion, as to where today is the day to finally dive in head first to all your emotion here, to really get on board with some of these changes that are happening in life, and to let yourself transform in big major ways here that may be uncomfortable, just to kind of give you yesterday and today, since I didn't talk so much about yesterday. I didn't do a daily then. All right, so that's what I have there. Stuff going on in the background is, I've been talking about this for a little bit, Mars in a conjunction with Jupiter here in Scorpio, bringing just major changes in your life in some way, deep emotional stuff coming up for you too that may be hard to deal with. Because this is Jupiter though, and because Mars is at home in Scorpio, I think any big changes that you're making in your life and any hard feelings that come up, as long as you address them, are going to be good for you. But you have to go there, and you have to allow yourself to feel some hard things before the goodness can come out of it later. While that's going on, we also do have the Sun, Venus, and Pluto all conjunct in Capricorn. So big changes here in where your life is going, the direction of your life, that it is that you're making, especially in regards to relationships and money, so that hopefully you can use this change in relationships and money to put your life as well in a better spot. This is very unusual because we have Pluto coming in here, which rules Scorpio, and we also have Mars here and Jupiter in Scorpio as well. Okay, and Mars also rules Scorpio. Both Pluto and Mars rule Scorpio. So this is major change, major transformative energy that does not happen every day. This is not like a thing that happens all the time going on, really asking you to change your life in a big way, and to really go with the change, and to make it happen, to end and begin whatever you need to end and begin in your life, to create a life that it is that you really, really want. That's going to be really important. And these planets are both making sextiles to each other too, so lots of opportunity here to put your life in a better place if you just let yourself make the hard choices, do the hard things in order to get there. That's a big thing too with Capricorn. Capricorn knows you have to make hard decisions to get what it is that you want, to put yourself in a better place. And Capricorn isn't afraid to make the hard choices and isn't afraid to think long term and to deal with uncomfortable feelings now so that the long term can be better, and needing to work with that. Okay, so that's one thing that's going on in the background. Another thing I want to mention about that, I almost mentioned it in my weeklies, but I didn't, is that you're going to feel this more if you have planets right here, 19 degrees, 19 degrees. You know, if you have planets anywhere in between, around that 15 to 25 degrees, you're going to feel major change, major transformation in your life. If you don't have planets at 19 degrees or anywhere close to that, this could just be another day to you. You know, this could be not as intensely felt by you. You just notice everyone else having changes and you're kind of hanging out. So I want to remind you here to also look at your degrees when some of this stuff comes in, especially such a major alignment as this, all concentrated on 19 degrees. So keep that in mind, that in order to feel this, you might have to have a planet around there in order to have it click for you. All right, so that's what's going on there. Another thing that I did want to mention coming in is some Uranus aspects that are happening. They're a little far off, but they're starting to come in where we are having, let's see, the Sun and Venus here in a square to Uranus, which it will make here in a few days. So there could be some unexpected things that also do come up in your life, more unexpected things, and about where your life is going and about your life direction. Here, you really trying to break free, and other people trying to break free in a really big way to live the life that more truly resonates with them and that they want to live. So be on the lookout for that, for some unexpected things coming too, people pulling some unexpected things on you as well, as we all try to create a life that is just better and more authentic for us. Because Chiron too is at the 24 degrees as well. Chiron will also be affected. Chiron, though, will be in a sextile to this alignment, which is a much more positive one than a square. So I think any unexpected things that come up that could be hard, or any changes we make in life that could also be difficult to be more free and to live more of the life that it is that we want, will ultimately put you in a better place and help you feel more comfortable deep down if you let yourself ride the wave of some tense emotions and make some big changes that it is that you need to make, okay? So that's what I see going on here as well. Some of these changes with Mars making a trine to Chiron could feel uncomfortable that it is that you're making now, but you needing to make them and needing to think about the long term and the long game here in order to maybe get through some of these rough patches and some of these scary, big, sweeping changes that may be going on, all right? Not all of these changes have to be bad in some way that are going on here. They could actually be very good to put your life in a better place with the Uranus thing coming in, but it could just feel a little unsettling and a little scary in the process because it's something different maybe that you have not done before that you have to get used to. Okay, so that's what I've got going on there that I'm going to talk to you about today. Now your card for the day is the Magician, upright. I love this card. This card to me is about using everything that it is that you have at your disposal. Using all your skills, all your gifts, all your talents to create the life that it is that you want. To me, this card also represents you have the power to create the life that it is that you want. If you're afraid that you don't, if you're afraid that things aren't going to work out the way that you want, I think with this card you should believe in yourself. Believe that you have what it takes, and you should realize you have the skills and you need to use those skills in order to create the life that it is that you want and to realize the worth and the value that it is that you have. A lot of people also interpret this card as above, so below. If there's something that you see in your mind that you envision for your life that it is that you really want, now is the time to do whatever it is that you can to create that in reality and to make it happen, especially with Saturn just coming out of Sagittarius. Now is the time to take anything new that you've been thinking about doing, or any vision that it is that you've had that you've been working on for some long time, and begin to make it real and take it into next chapters and new chapters and different chapters. I think now is the time, today is the day to start to step into your life, to step into the life that you've envisioned here, and to move forward in a really big way doing something that's important to you, okay? So that's what I've got going on for you today. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.